Hey, IDS 302, Session C, my class. Um, okay, so this video is the start of our new system, new setup here, as you're well aware of. Um, where do I begin? Okay, uh, they say 2 weeks. We'll see what happens. By the way, I'm not living in my Jeep or the woods. I have a very nice, beautiful area I'm staying in here. Look at this. It's really neat. I have an Airbnb for until I need it. So May hopefully will go all the way. I'm only about a mile from campus. All right, hummingbirds around here too. All right, I hope you're all taking the precautions that you feel are necessary at this time. Um, I know you all are around here because I know you, and I'll miss our classroom. Uh, I really will. You know, I know you. I know who you all are now. I know you by name, by face, and I don't get that. I no longer get that joy. I'm also starting a online course, as you know, on Monday. So I guess let's get down to business. I have no idea how long this video is going to take. This is something that's new in terms of obviously for everybody. Okay, to transition face to face to online. Um, I purposely like the lighting this way, by the way. I know I'm a little darker, but it looks cool. Okay, so let's just take it 1 week at a time right now, all right? But I do have a plan, change some things around as we had to, okay? So let me just, talk a little bit about, first of all, the ethics paper. I don't think I mentioned this, but it was really a great job. Great formatting. Oh my God, you took it so seriously. It was just wonderful. Okay, for overall, there was still a little hesitant paragraph indents. You can just tab it in there. Don't try to guess spaces. Make it three or four. Just tab it once in. Okay, but it really made it a joy to read those and see those. Okay, one I saw this in the news. Interestingly enough, about a week or so ago. Um, it was about obviously about the coronavirus, but it said that in a series of interviews, doctors laid bare dire shortcomings in Britain's efforts to combat the coronavirus: a dearth of ventilators, overflowing hospital wards, health workers having to buy their own face masks. This is a quote now. An explosion of cases could mean denying care to the weakest patients to make room for the stronger ones, they said. I thought that was so interesting considering we just got done with this ethics paper talking about the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. And so we're actually seeing this in real time. And I hope for everybody you stay healthy, of course, as I hope I do. Okay. Um, all right. So let's see. Now we're going to do these videos. I'll tell you, get into that, but there's going to be Easter eggs, and I'm glad I talked to you about that and introduced you to that concept in class. But I'll be telling you like 3 Easter eggs per video, and then you get to write those down and send them to me, email them to me, and then I will give you up to 10 points. I think what I put down is I'm going to give you like 3 days to watch a good video, and then after that, you don't get any points, I think, is how I did it. Let me just see if I can look on the, it says, okay, you receive up to 10 points. If it's late, you get 5 points, but only for up to 3 days late, and then you don't get any points. Okay, so we're going to kind of keep, it's not as regimented as a schedule as you coming to class, but it's enough that I'm going to do these videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, so again, they won't be as long as class, but we're going to get some things done this way. This is how I envision it, at least. Okay, so Easter egg number one today is the probably the word of the year. Let's go with social distancing. Okay, so Easter egg one is social distancing. Normally I don't repeat them, but that's what it is. So you write that one down. I want to give you all three. Email it to me. I'll send you a reply saying, "Hey, thanks for viewing. 10 points." Right, and then I did create columns, grade in the grade book for every video that I anticipate doing. Okay. There should be 2 videos per week, 10 points each. Email Easter eggs to me. Yeah, late, up to 3 days late, you get 5 points. After that, 0 points, but you still should watch it. It's like missing a class. Okay. I'm going to also use announcements instead of emails because then sometimes I email the wrong class. So it's really weird how they set it up. So I'll do announcements would come to you as email and then they get posted as announcements. These lecture videos will get posted as announcements as well. Hopefully you'll get sound and everything from all this stuff that I got it set up. Okay, so all right. So the course, the way it's set up right now, is worth 1,030 points. So there's your extra credit for those that have been asking me, because it's still 900 over A, 800 over B, 700 over C. Okay, but there's 1,030 points to get now. I changed some things around, okay, in the grade book. What I did, I changed the final, okay, I give you 10 possible 10 points twice a week for the videos, okay. I have the survey link is now worth 50 from 100. Let's keep it real. Change some dates, we'll get into that. There's a class discussion, online discussion worth 50 points. There is a quiz worth 50 points. There is another discussion board worth 50 points. The final paper is now worth 100 points. And then there's a presentation for 100 points. And we'll get into that as we go along, depending on if we're going to meet back in the classroom towards the end of the semester or not. We'll deal with that one. Worst case scenario, I might have you present your work to me like I'm doing to you here. But you shouldn't, I mean, I haven't decided if I should have you guys post them like in a discussion board or just send them to me. I think you'd like to have an audience, wouldn't you? So we'll talk, it's a ways out, right? We'll work on that. But anyways, that's the way it all pieces out to 1,030 points. I haven't determined the specifics on the discussion boards yet. And if it says something, I reserve the right to change it. I'm sorry, I'm not tired. The quiz, 50 points, probably going to be short answer essay kind of things, not essay, just I'm going to ask you, just because it's going to have to do with your accountability for the learning materials that we're going to go over, okay? This is an overall look. Again, I don't tend to blindside you with anything. I think it's going to work fine. There'll be no more participation points. So that 40, that's done. Whatever you got in participation, that's it. Okay, that's the way it stays. All right, it's out of 45 points. The rest of it is set up in here. Okay, so the basically was 500 points. Up till now, we've done 500 points possible. After this, we're going to have 530 possible. Okay, and again, I moved things out to make it a little more palatable for everybody. All right, so let's take a look more specifically. Let me just double check. Okay, all right, where I had Easter egg 2, not yet. Okay, so how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing all right. Yeah, this thing is really weird. Everything being canceled. Anyways, I miss talking to you guys, and looking at you, kind of just rolling your eyes at me, or I miss it. I'm in here binging Netflix series. Sucks. Okay, no. Okay, let's see. I want to go to the modules. God. All right. Let's see here. So module 5, I got module 5 set up now to run from March 16th to March 29th. By the way, it's Saturday afternoon where I am. I'm going to post this Monday morning. The due date is going to be Tuesday by midnight, and we'll go from there. There's a thing in there where you email it, whatever, you'll find it. Okay, so learning materials. Let me start on that page, okay? I'm looking at my laptop here, obviously, and I've got the learning materials all here. Tanner chapters 9, 10, and 11. It refers to interdisciplinary priorities. A lot of ground is covered in here. Not a whole lot of pages, though, but the power and importance of metaphorical thinking, analogical thinking, the pros and cons of interdisciplinarity, characteristics of interdisciplinarians, employer expectations of 21st century workplace, interdisciplinary teamwork, and okay, blah, blah, blah. You'll see it. Chapters 9, 10, and 11 are, let's see, I would say like 28 pages. Okay, so go through those. All right. By the way, we'll talk about the midterm in a minute too. I know you're waiting for that, so I'm saving it. Okay, then I've got a link to Benson, 5 Arguments Against Interdisciplinary Studies. We've talked about these things, and I don't think we've gone over it in the class, but this article appeared in the very first issue of Integrative Studies, Issues in Integrative Studies, 1982. It's a fundamental piece written for the discipline, very much relevant today. Benson, who is a advocate of interdisciplinary studies, he was playing devil's advocate and talking about what 5 arguments against interdisciplinary studies. You know, why, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with us? Okay. Then Newell, Bill Newell, who just passed away last year, really, like I said, we had Newell's steps, integration and things, but Newell then put an paper out called The Case for Interdisciplinary Studies, a response to Professor Benson's 5 arguments. So that's just, you get the pro and the con there. It's a very interesting dynamic so that you can, because what you learn by reading these things is how to articulate and what you're going to hear about this and how we address these kind of things as a field. All right. There's a lot of supplemental material. I changed. I don't want to make it required. I don't want to stress you out. No, I'm just kidding. You guys are fine. But some of this may resonate with you, and I'm going to say this is what you got. You got to go get it. Okay. All right. You know how it is in life. If you just want to do the minimum just to get by, do what you got to do, then that's up to you, and more power to you. If you are saying, I'm going to get ahead, I'm going to do a little more than the next person, or I'm going to, advance myself, take advantage of this and that, then great, more power to you too, and that's what we have here. I have an article on the interdisciplinary needs of organizations, and make sure that opens. I should check that. It should. Interview, Michael Prezdia, yeah, there it is. It's 14 pages, but it talks about interdisciplinary needs of organizations. You're in an organization, it might be good to read this stuff, okay? Interview, Michael Prezdia talks with a former student. Well, Dr. Prezdia is my colleague. He's the one that's, we've been developing courses together. He's my mentor. He used to be my professor in IDS, BIS, then 301, 302. Talks to a former student about some of the things that are going on in this field, okay? And the National Honor Society of Interdisciplinary Studies. It's pretty good. Take a look at that, okay? Number 3 is Zimdar's The World of Cross-Functional Teams. This is important because so many teams now, organizations are cross-functioning, and it's a good article. And save these then. Save them as PDF, and that way you can refer to them because as you get along in your work life and your careers, these are going to be things that that you can use. All right. Newell, The State of the Field, Interdisciplinary Theory. This is a big one. Newell wrote about this recently, and there's some important work in there about our field. The Association for Interdisciplinary Studies is a organization. I owe my dues yet. The convention, hopefully they have it, is in conference. It's in Sonoma this fall. Hopefully they have it. Okay. Take a look at that. There's also Alpha, Iota, Sigma. Oh, it's a chapter. All right, it's not linked. Okay. The International Network for the Science of Team Science. That's one of my colleagues. And she's, oh my God, I'm losing my mind. Okay. One of my colleagues, and I just freeze up. Oh, silver alert. Okay, so Bohm on communication. That's a short chapter from the book On Dialogue, which focuses on our ability to listen or not listen effectively. It is very useful for teams. So Dr. Prezdia put these supplemental materials together, and they seem to work well and resonate with an advanced class like you guys, okay? Gals. All right, so let me go to the next page here. Let's do, okay, so that's learning materials. Then I got the instructor video. It tells you to email it. Okay, then I've got the second video that I'm going to do. Let me go back to the main list of modules. So we've got this video, you got learning materials. You got instructor video 2 that's going to come out on Thursday, and I'm going to show you all how to make that survey. We've talked about the survey. I pushed the due date back for the survey to March 25th. And that should help us all out. And I'm going to go through in a video how do you build your survey. If you have any questions, concerns about questions for your survey, you let me know. Okay. All right. I'm talking to you. I wish I could call names. I'm not gonna single anybody out except Trevor. No. Anyways, all right. So let's go into then so I'm gonna have 2 more videos coming out. That way we can just keep putting together more lectures like class time. You get 10 points for showing up. It's pretty good. And by showing up, I mean sending me the Easter eggs. Okay. Don't cheat. All right. All right. Easter egg number 2. All right. This is a good one. It's a new old one. No, wash your hands. Wash your hands. Oh, these are great, aren't they? So Easter egg number 2, I want to be very articulate. Easter egg number 2 is wash your hands. Okay. Um, by the way, I think I'm going to do closed caption on here, so people are just going to scroll through it for the Easter eggs. Well, if you do that, you lose. Okay. All right. So let's go. Remember, okay, SurveyMonkey is what we're going to use. So you need to get a count on SurveyMonkey, a free one. Sign up, sign in, get a password for SurveyMonkey. Um, start fishing around in there a little bit. Start thinking about some questions. Don't have to be right, don't have to be wrong. Just think of questions and you can figure out the format of those questions later. But it's good to have a start on that, right? Because trust me, I know who does this stuff in the last 2 hours of till it's due, and the ones who actually put a little more thought in it, right? Okay, so let's take a look at the midterm. All right, I have a database which I'm not going to show you all of it, but just so I did put work in it. Okay, you see all the pretty colors, all the questions. Okay, I have everybody's score and every question you got wrong, so I could see who got which questions wrong and things like that. I also have the midterm open, don't I? Come on, tell me I have it open. All right, let's open it up. Midterm master. All right. Midterm master. Here it is. Okay, so here's the deal. What I'm going to do, I'll be working on this, so don't panic right away. I've decided, let's look at these questions. I'm going to go all around. So if you want to get your midterm out, pause this, get your midterm, take a look at it. And I'm going to start with question number 6. The answer to that was Aristotle, and it's on page 17 of the text. Question 7 is Plato, and that was on page 17 also. Question 6, only 11 people got it wrong. Question 7, 17 people got it wrong. I'm going to reverse on both of those. Okay, I'm going to give you those back. All right, and let's jump to 27. Structuralism was developed as a theoretical framework in anthropology by, answer is Claude Levi-Strauss. We talked about this for a week. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. I know we didn't. Okay, 28. 28, which of the thinkers below is most associated with experiential learning? Of course, that is Kolb. Kolb is the answer there. You guys are also getting those free. So I'm going to give you 6, 7, 27, and 28 free of charge. We're going to reverse those because it looks like almost everybody has those wrong, in some combination of those, okay? And I have those as freebies. Now, let me just tell you, there was a lot of questions that you guys aced, okay? Including 1, 3, 9, 11, 13, 14. Well, anyways, I'm not going to read it. You don't care. But there was 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22, 25. Half of the test, everybody just aced it, okay? Then there was another 4, 11, 14, another 17 questions that you got between 4, 5, and 6 wrong. And then in the, I don't know what I meant by that. Yes, so between 4, 5, and 6 students in the entire class got that wrong in 13 questions. So not bad. All right. Then there was, and here are the trickier questions. Okay. So let's look at them. All right. Wait a second. Did I give you the right ones? Yeah. Okay. So let's look at question 5. Marcus Tanner definitions of. Why don't I look at 5? Yeah. Interdisciplinary. Okay. Question 5. How many got that one wrong? 9 people got that one wrong. Okay, there's no freebie there. Marcus Tanner shares definitions of the interdisciplinarity put forth by scholars that include all but which one below. You know, we've talked about Repko, Alan Repko, Julianne Klein, and Bill Newell. We haven't done anything with Walsh. Walsh is the answer. I would have wanted you to get that one because I have a whole page in the class devoted to those 3 plus Tanner, right? Okay, so that was a tricky one, though. I want to bring it up. Number 8, question 8 was gotten wrong by 8 students, but it's Leonardo da Vinci is considered to be one of the greatest polymaths of all time. That's something that should be known. Okay, obviously it wasn't Kim Kardashian. Alexander the Great, more of a war guy general than anything. Charles Darwin, I guess you can't make a case for him. Da Vinci, polymath is good at a lot of different things, right? Okay, so let's look at question 10, which 13 people got wrong, which I am not giving you because I talked about this one in class specifically. The terms interdisciplinarity or interdisciplinary and integration are sometimes used interchangeably because they're basically the same. Both terms refer to the same thing. The answer to that is false. And I know I've been harping on IDS equals integration, IDS equals integration, so that you connect those terms. But I specifically said, and we're doing reviews here, that it's not exactly the same because integration was what? Yeah, I heard you say that. It's the process. Integration was the process of doing interdisciplinary studies. Interdisciplinary is it's a thing, it's a field. And integration though is a process. Integration is an act. Okay, so they're not exactly the same thing. And you can look at page 4 of the textbook for that. Okay, so that few people got it wrong, but I'm not giving that one away. Same holds true at number 24. We had a few people get that wrong, like 13. When we think of theories that might be useful to interdisciplinarians, we might consider all which winners don't want them below. During the study guide period of the course, I did say know those names of those theories. I don't have the detail, I said know that. So you should know that grand theory, systemic, and learning theories were in there, but narrative theories was not. Question number 34. Blank suggested different disciplines look at the same phenomenon, but they had observed different effects. Again, that was, 11 people got that wrong. But remember, that was a gimme. That was Petri. We talked about it on the board. I even mentioned it during the study period, the preview quiz period. No Petri, the one with the optical illusions and that. That's Petri. There was no Burke, there was no gold, and there was no bond, and there was no powder, gold bond powder. Okay, so there wasn't those. So if you have questions specifically about any other question, let me know. Other than that, though, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8 points for up to 8 points given back to some people that got all 4 of those wrong. But like I said, I think there's maybe only 1 or 2 people, maybe just 1, in fact, I don't know, who got all those right and got different ones wrong. But again, I'm not going to get all into that. I think overall it was okay. The results, it was good to see that you guys had to work for a change on something like that. And going forward, I hope you learned something from it. All right, so let's call it now at 24 minutes. They're usually not this long, but courses, I usually do the class for an hour, right? Hour and 10 or something. Okay, so that's it. I'll talk to you guys again on Thursday when I'll show you how to make your survey. And in the meantime, again, any questions, any comments, any concerns, you need to email me, okay? You know how to do that. All right, So, and like I said, I can set up a phone call, do anything like that. All right. So, Easter egg number 3 can only be one thing. Forks up, right? So, peace, and I will talk to you guys soon. Be well.